Yo, what's up guys, it's Pygoz here, the Crypto Pie, and today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin because Bitcoin will indicate what the market is doing, guys. And today's topic is going to be the trend is your friend until it ends, right? Where it will bend, like, you know, it will go the other way. So let's take a look, guys. So the trend is your friend, right? So if we go on the daily, this is the 4 hour, if we go on the daily, you can see that the trend is your friend, okay? Basically it's going down, right? It's going up, but then down again, then up, down again, up, down, but more down than up. Now, where it gets a little bit iffy is because the market has already dropped about 65%, right? 70% probably from the wick. Let's take a look. Right, it has dropped like about 70%, and I know that's a lot, and I'm well aware of it, but the trend remains your friend. So what are you looking for after 5 waves? Right here, right on the 4 hours, 5 waves. Well, then you're looking to go short, and that is what I did. Obviously, you know, a lot of people tell me like, oh, how can you do that, right? We're like already 70% down, and well, the simple answer is the trend is your friend until the end, right? And we don't know if it's the end, guys. All right. Yes, I was very positive about. Let's just get rid of all this. That we're above this this 21 EMA. However, look at this, guys. Right. This is not like bullish to me. I mean, it's sitting on just on top of that, but it's not really taking off or anything. So I'm in a short, and I mean, honestly, if this doesn't get taken out this high right here. And I gave it some room to breathe, like I talked about in other videos, guys. You need to give your stops a little bit of room to breathe, right? If that doesn't break, then I want to make money on the downside, and I have no clue whether this will go down to let's just put this back on, right, until this area, or you know, if I see a very violent sell down, then I don't think it will just stop there, right? Because we also, you have to also consider this, guys. We got rid of this. Look, we have a Kumo twist here. A Kumo twist is a very easy, so basically just this area alone is a very easy area to just fall through and just go free falling back to like the double bottoms, and that's a lot of money, all right, on the short side. Another piece of information that we have, let me just put that here, right? So as you all know, I'm a big fan of Fibonacci's, right? That is the sole indicate. Well, I wouldn't even say it's the only indicator, guys, that is not lagging, right? So everyone's talking about EMAs. EMAs are great, but they are lagging indicators, right? The Fibonacci is not. So if you take your Fibonacci from up here, guys, and we take it down to this low, right? Well, where did we end? Where did it stop? The 0.5. The 0.5, guys. We stopped here before, right? And we stop here right now. Look at that. Look at that. So, and this is not even bigger indicator, right? So consider this, right? This whole part you should consider as one big fall. I know we had like some rising wedge here, and I don't. Did I go short here? I think I went short here. Yeah, I went short here. I took some profits here, you know, from this short as well. But now if you consider this, right, then this is a 0.5, and that's a harsh area to go through. Now if we get higher than this, then we officially have a higher high, right, on the well, 4 hour daily, whatever. This is a big amount of time, guys. So but if we don't, then we simply go back down, and who knows, we could even just fall further back to this 5.3, 5.4 area. Well, if that happens from around my entry 6,700 or so, that's a lot of profit, right? Now if it got stopped out, that's a tiny loss. That's the way you want to do it, guys. You want to have like small losses and big wins, all right? So another thing that you can look at, well, if we, you know, I'm always targeting for the 0.5 to 618, right? And if it gets above the 6.5, I invalidate it. You know, the trend is over and it's going the other direction. So like if I look at that then when it gets above 7,073, well, isn't that like convenient? That is pretty convenient, right? Then the trend is over and will probably move the other way. And also, guys, if we drag this, so we're still from this top and we go to this bottom, well, this was kind of weird to me, right? This didn't even get to a 0.5, but it only got to a 38.2. That to me tells me, you know, that it's most likely not what I call like a whole wave, right? This is more like an ABC than anything, right? And then that ABC is becoming that whole one, and then you get that, you know. So that is also a way I look at it. So if I take it down here, then I do get a proper 0.5, and that is where we went to. So, you know, that just gives me huge confidence in my short, right? You need to build yourself a case for your trade, right? And I don't just want to be only bearish. I definitely have a bullish scenario as well, but that is only if this breaks out, right? And you can see it on Telegram. I post my bullish scenario as well. But let's take a look real quick at that bullish scenario, right? I have it. So this is the object tree, guys. You go here and you know you have object tree, right? I believe it's this one. No, this is the bearish one. So this is the bearish one, right? So I expect this ABC that's gonna be a 1, right? Then we'll retrace back up. So I'm definitely gonna take some profits, unless it's so violent that this is not even 1 yet, and then you know, and then 2, and then 3, right? And then 4, and then 5, all the way to a double bottom. This is the bearish scenario. And that's going to be big 1, and you'll get a little 2, and then a 3, 4, 5. But we're not getting into that right now. Let me just click this back up. So this is the bearish one, right? Now we're going to turn on the bullish one. Yeah, the bullish one. Here you go. So in my bullish scenario, guys, we're looking at this whole 5 waves. Obviously, it's still here, right? But I just point it up there because otherwise you can't see it. So the yellow one's the bullish one. Then you get a 1, right? So up here, and then the 2 is going to be down here, and then obviously you will still have a 2 here, and then the 3, 4, 5 to make that 3, right? Or an ABC, both possible. So yeah, then you get like this 3, right? And that's going to be about up here to about that 7.4 or so. And then you get the 4, right? Down here would basically just go into retrace again to this point, and then a 5, right? That's my bullish scenario. We'll get all the way up to 7.5K, and that would also tell me that so look at this bullish scenario, guys. That would also invalidate the trend for now, right? Because then you get above that 0.65. Well, remember, if you get above that 0.65, in my opinion, we're bullish. So you know, then I flipped for sure. So that is the bullish, that's the bearish scenario, but I don't want to just clutter up my charts that much. So what I do is I go to this icon here, the show object tree, and I just turn them off, right? I don't need them. Not for now, at least. I'm only looking at this part. And this is the only thing I'm focused on right now. And then another thing, guys, I know a lot of you guys love to trade your head and shoulder patterns. Well, you've got one right here, right? Basically a shoulder, and then a head, and then a shoulder, guys. So and if this potentially gets down here, well, I mean, you know, and obviously this is your neckline, right? So and that's, you know, people look at that as well. So I'm not a big fan of it, but hey, people look at it. So if you do this, oh, I need to take that one, right? And then you take that. Well, then we get to that 618 area. So that's your head and shoulders, you know. That is your hey, that's something you can look at as well. But then we're completely out of this support. So I'm definitely taking a look. If we don't violently drop here, I'm gonna take some profits. If we violently drop, so if I see a big candle, you know, if you see these kind of candles and you end at your 0.5, well, you know, then I'm thinking more like, I shouldn't really take my profit yet, because that's a big red candle, right? And what often happens after that is you get another one and another one, and you just keep falling. Maybe you go free fall, and obviously then you just put your stops, right, at the Fibonacci levels, because here, so here is a case, guys, where you cannot use pivot points, but you can only use your Fibonacci levels, right? So you just keep putting your stops on Fibonacci levels, and that's all you can do. So what you would have done here, let's just go to a different Bitcoin chart real quick. So one that doesn't have any drawings on there. Let me just get rid of that. So guys, what you would have done here is you take your Fibonacci, right? You take it from this top here and you take it to this low, right? There you go. So here, if it drops further, you keep putting your stops. So you put one here, right? It keeps dropping, so you put your one here. You keep protecting your profits, right? If it drops further, drops further, drops further. So when it's all the way down here, well, guess what? You have your stop around here. Well, you actually have a little bit of pivot point here, right? But you will have your stop here, and then you get stopped out, and you have a massive profit, right? You have a massive profit because you went short around here, and you get stopped out around here, right? So that's like 9% profit. So yeah, that's how you protect yourself. And if you want to take profit, if you think like, oh, you know, 5.8 was the bottom, it's always good to take profits, guys, right? I'm not telling you not to. I mean, if you have more than 10% on Bitcoin on the fall, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, guys. So you know, you need to be realistic about that, right? So, but yeah, guys, I mean, you've seen the bullish scenario and the bearish scenario now, and I mean, I'll leave it at that. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you know, for this update on Bitcoin. I'm still leaning bearish for now, and then when we get here, we'll see how violently it's dropping, or if it's, you know, not dropping so violently, and we can potentially get in for a trade to the upside. That's just where we stand right now. So, you know, and keep moving your stops, guys, right? Keep moving your stops. I mean, right now I cannot really move my stop. I don't consider this really as a pivot point. I mean, you could, right? We wouldn't have been stopped out or anything, but hey, I like to give it some room to breathe. So if we fall further, then I can definitely move my stop into some good profit. And yeah, from there, I mean, we'll see where we go, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. Also, if you're not in my Telegram yet, join up with the CryptoPyes blog. This is Apex, by the way, but you should join up with the CryptoPyes blog, where you can ask me any questions, ask other people questions, and it's just a great chat box to be in, right? So let's see what was going on here. Don't play margin without stops, is what I told someone, you know, because I mean, that's just, you don't play without stops, guys, especially on margin, because margin can just get you wrecked. Okay, so yeah. Then we have oh yeah, someone asked me about my preference for moving averages, exponential, and what time frames. So guys, I like to trade on the higher time frames, right, like the 4 hour and up, to see the overall picture, and then 1 hour maybe for an entry, right? That's a good thing. And then he's talking about some moving averages like the 7, 21, 50, 100, 200. Well, you know, I use the 21 and the 55, and I go into detail because of the Fibonacci sequence numbers, right? Like 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55. Well, which ones do you see in there? You see the 21 in there and the 55. And the way that's derived is, so Fibonacci sequence is the previous number, right, plus the last number plus the previous number, right? So for example, 21 plus the 34 equals the 55, and 8 plus the 13 equals the 21. So that's the way it's derived. And then yeah, and then obviously we also have you know, the 15 and the 30-minute charts that I use every now and then when a chart is very volatile, when there's a lot of action happening, or when a chart is brand new, because that's all you can go by. There's not much data yet, or it's just too volatile to just only look at the 4 hour, etc., because you will miss the big move, right? So that is the way I do it, guys. Yeah. Also, join up with the CryptoPyes feed, where I post all my videos, post about upcoming ICOs. When I find a new ICO, I'll tell you guys to whitelist for it. What I look for in an ICO is a low market cap, so a low amount of money they want to raise. If it's a infrastructure project, or a, you know, a blockchain, or like a brand new blockchain, right? If it has a good team, if it's finance, just the boring stuff, right? That's what I'm looking for in a project. You might think like boring stuff. Why? Well, those projects tend to give you the best returns. So yeah, but definitely a good team, potentially a good MVP, so a minimum viable product, etc. Right? And then I'll tell you guys, if I find one, I'll tell you guys to whitelist for it. So, and then some people ask me like, oh yeah, so is it hyped? Well, I definitely look at that as well, right? And Bolt isn't that hyped yet, but I did tell you guys to whitelist for it because I obviously see a good project with a good team, right? So, and whitelisting can never hurt, guys. All you do is you just whitelist for it. It doesn't mean that you need to participate. It just means that you will be whitelisted in order to participate, right? So, yeah, just think about that, right? So also, guys, follow me on Twitter, which is twitter.com/Pygoz, and also follow me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Pygoz. When sudden movements happen in Bitcoin, I'll go live on Twitch and keep you guys up to date. So, because that's a lot easier than making a video real quick, right? If there's a drop happening. So, and I'll definitely announce that on Telegram as well and on Twitter. So it's good to follow on all of them. Anyways, guys, both Telegrams will be in the description below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit that post notification button, and if you got any questions at all, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.